sitting back enough, hopefully. Well, okay, are we live? We're live. I don't know if there's people here. If there's people here, give us a minute. I got to scratch my ear. I got to figure out how. Why can't I ever do anything? There you go. Yeah, look right at the Welcome to the live. Is it 10 o'clock yet? Oh, it's 10 o'clock yet. We're doing the live stream. Yay! It's not Tac Chat. We don't even have our microphones on. We don't even have our microphones on. All right, here we go. Tonight we're painting. Who's in the chat tonight? Is that on right? We're just like flying by the seat of our pants tonight. That's what
I'm not wearing pants.
I'm not either. Aw.
I mean, you
know. We do need this up like a little bit higher. I'm going to leave you for a second, so stare into the camera in fear. No, you'll be all right.
Ooh, Kitty's puking. Kitty's puking. Ooh, that was projectile. Oh, that was like across the floor.
We have started this live stream style. Loki just barfed. Thank goodness it's not.
She's leaving again.
I know. Well, yeah, there'll be more. Isn't that nice? Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. This is how we roll. I'm just trying to make this empty so we can put it on top of the thing. Adriana's doing a little dance. All right. Do we even have anyone here in the chat? Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay, that is so much better. I need to bring this over there. If you're watching this on the playback, thank you. Tonight we are painting. All of the live streams on this on Unicorn and Centaur in November are about. I'm still not talking to my microphone. All of the live streams in November are about making things for our loved ones, making gifts for people because we are creative equestrians. You're gonna get paint on that tonight.
On this? No, I'm not. Are we doing a Pollock? Like, what's happening here? Like,
I have everything out. So, well, we also were gonna talk. Let's have some wine first. Which glass do you want?
Yes.
Okay, I got my Oakley fresh, y'all. You want me to try it first?
Sure.
I think it's still good. Famous last words.
Famous last words.
Okay, so tonight we're gonna have a topic tonight, just like we did on our regular Tac Chat. And tonight our topic is insecurity in art. Insecurity as an artist. Insecurity you feel that makes you feel like you're not good enough to give your art as a gift to someone, or that it's worth being sold, or that it's worth you calling yourself an artist. So we're going to talk about that insecurity tonight while we do art. Right? So I guess we could start the live stream by saying I am not a painter. I am a theater artist and a puppeteer. So costumes and puppetry and performance, that's my art. So I always feel very insecure about painting because I never really learned how to paint. So, I mean, I know how to paint like sets and things like that and paint walls and paint furniture, but to like do a painting of something, that's not my thing. But you.
I paint. Yes, I.
But didn't you go to school for it?
I did.
Like,
no,
right? Don't you have an art degree?
I have an art degree.
Right. Okay. This is my interview with Adriana. We can pretend this is the microphone. Did you go to school for this?
I did. I went to SCAD. I graduated with an illustration degree. So I took a lot of obviously illustration classes, which included, pastels, painting, like both acrylic, watercolor. Why you do that? And oils. I took a couple classes like in the painting department, which was a whole different ballgame. But yeah, and then I did drawings too, but we kind of cultivated our own style,
right,
as an illustrator. Like, so my work is, my work. It looks like this.
Right. So Adriana has more Why did I do that? Adriana has more experience like painting than I do. So Hannah, we're about to do some painting here. And I wanted to show people some different ideas. Like if you're joining the chat and you are an artist and you already know how to paint, get your butt over in here. And you already know how to paint, then you can share your expertise, tips, tricks, whatever in the chat. But we want to talk about giving art as a gift, something someone can display in their home. I'm not talking about like a crayon drawing that a child would put on a refrigerator, even if you think that's your level of art right now. So I actually went and got, they have these canvases at Walmart, right, that are like $1 or $2. They're very thin, but it's like a real sort of canvas thing if you want something that looks like a real painting. But backgrounds, like one of my biggest problems was that I would like paint a picture of something, but then it would have the plain white background. Yeah. And having a background color makes such a difference. If you're a newbie, and I mean, if you already know this, then forget what I'm saying. But that's a lot of it. I know I put it all over the walls so that I wouldn't get everything all over my walls. Like paint everywhere.
I'm a little concerned with this. Like I'm not
this
sure
was
what
my
I'm
plan.
into.
This was my plan that we would like that we could either put these up and paint these right here, or nice. See, that's obviously going to work. Or I have this other paper. This is what I'm getting to. Here's what you paint on. I painted these are the white canvases, and I just painted this. I got some blue paint on it. Don't look at this part. But that's just painted with yellow paint, and you can see some of the canvas peeking through, so it has like a little bit of a textured effect. But that's one background, and then we can paint something on top of that. And then I tried to do something interesting, and it ended up like this. But that is a background also for
it's like you're going into the void.
Right? So we can put something on that too. Like I did have an idea for this one. So like, I don't know if I get to claim this one or not. And obviously you could do everything. So this would be like, you would do a background. You can just like paint it one color and then let it dry. And then you're going to put your design on it. So there are these. And then if you don't want to do a canvas, if you want to practice a buttload of times, like say you want to practice it before you like put something on a canvas to give to someone and it ends up being awful. I found this heavyweight paper sketchbook, and it's not like your copy paper or notebook paper weight paper. It's pretty thick, so that if you put some paint on it, it's gonna, it's gonna hold up.
I was getting out my glass stuff.
You're causing an earthquake. So I've actually cut out a couple of those pieces, and you wouldn't just give someone a painting on a sheet of paper. So you're going to need to frame it. I went to the dollar store and I got a bunch of they have all kinds of different frames, and I left it in the car, but I got poster board to mat it with. Cause like where's my paper? My paper is not that big. So I need something to go around the outside. If you're not familiar with it, that's matting. And I didn't get mat board or anything. I just got black poster board from the dollar store, and I thought that might make a nice inexpensive mat to put around this. So I don't know if we'll even get to that.
I pay people to do that because I cannot cut a straight line to save my life.
I didn't bring a ruler up here because you need a straight edge to do a straight line. You can't just freehand it.
No, even with a ruler, I don't know how it happens.
Oh my God.
I cannot cut a mat.
Well, another way
save my life.
Then you could always do like a squiggly pattern and make it not straight on purpose. If you are like Adriana and you cannot cut a straight line, then you may have to do that. So
listen, I don't know how I graduated.
So this is my other idea. Now wait, other things to paint. You brought a mug.
I brought a mug that's going to have
in Walmart and the dollar store and a whole bunch of places. There's stuff like the magnetic puzzle pieces. So I wouldn't just give it plain. We're going to tear into it. And obviously you'd have to put it together and then draw on it. And one of us can do that tonight if you want to.
No, are they actually does it make a full puzzle?
I think
or are they
does.
just random puzzle pieces?
Did I fall for something? No, I see a middle piece and a corner piece.
Let's put a puzzle together.
We're going to have to do that. But then I went to the dollar store in Richmond Hill, which is the good dollar store. And the frame, I'm going to pop you. We don't have a chair today, so she's going to keep inching off the screen. She's going to be like, yeah, I'm totally participating in this live stream. So this is magnetic, and somebody could, if you painted a picture on this, they could put it on their refrigerator. Then it would be refrigerator art.
It would be.
So, but at the dollar store in Richmond Hill, they also had things like little wooden birdhouses that are plain untreated wood. So like little wooden birdhouses, little wooden trays, like little wooden crosses, like for killing vampires.
Yeah.
I think that's right. That's what you do, right?
Sharpening it.
Exactly. So those kind of things would be appropriate for painting as gifts as well. So that I had a lot of that on the blog. By the way, if you're not reading the blog, I'm judging you. unicorncentaur.com. So what are you guys planning on painting? Oh, baby queen's birthday's tomorrow. She's going to be 12. Yay! Oh, and I still haven't gotten your box yet because your mug is right here. What we're going to be painting tonight is the mug that I'm going to send to you. I have a whole box full of stuff. Oh, and I forgot to find out what color t-shirt you want. I will email you about what color t-shirt to send you because that's going to come top of it.
Oh, if she's here, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Oh yeah, Hannah, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I mean, I could put something on both sides, but
right.
You know. And what's your favorite color? I need to know these things.
I thought, what if we start with a couple of simple drawings to give people an idea of like what you can do and how easy it can be. I'm not saying art is easy because there's a reason you go to art school for 4 years. There's a lot to learn about history and technique and practice.
You didn't want to go to business school.
No. Art is hard to learn to do and to practice and to hone your craft and to get better at the medium or media of your choice. But I fully believe, here, you want to talk about to the wall? I fully believe that human beings are creative. Like, running and being outside and singing and creating things. I feel like these are just things that all humans should do. Now, are we like, I'm a runner, but am I an Olympic level runner? No. Am I the best runner? Am I the fastest runner? No, but I'm still a runner and I can still enter races and get medals and, post and get likes on Facebook. All right. So I'm going to put my stuff up here. Yeah, and then we'll show off. There's pencil. All right. All right, Hannah, what do you want to see us draw?
And also, I didn't know there would be tacks. Otherwise, I wouldn't have worn slippers.
Oh, no, I know we have them falling. I know, I have slippers on too. I also got these are rub-on transfer letters. And I thought they might be fun for a mixed media kind of a thing. Like if you want to put somebody's name on it or put a word like believe or love or, I don't know, live, laugh, love. And then I got these funky sticker letters just in case.
Yeah.
See, they change color. In case you're doing something funky. Okay, so pencils, and there's an eraser. The little owl thing is an eraser.
Oh, he's an owl wizard.
It's a right?
I'm going to assume, now this is just me assuming, because, judgmental. He's probably Ravenclaw. Owls are wise.
So if you're going on paper first, let's do the owl. Here we go. Our little owl is going to be my guide here. So if this is going to be a painting for someone, we want it to have a little bit of balance. I don't necessarily have to put it right in the middle of my paper. I can make his bottom down here, and I'm just sketching, and his little owl ears here, and then give him a wizard hat here. So he's got his little wings off to the side. I'm just giving him a little shape right now, and I'll clean it up in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do all of it because I'm copying people. See, if you're not selling things, if you're not like going to have it for sale on your Etsy store or whatever, if you're making it as a gift for someone, it can be whatever you want. You can draw licensed characters. Like, for example, if you are part of a fandom and all you draw are like, I don't know, if all you can draw are Rick and Morty characters, but you can draw them really good, but that's the only thing you can draw. Well, then draw those and give them to people as presents. Write quotes on them. Like up at the top, like say that I had a character down here, and up here I've left some space. So, we can't even see that here. So I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, you can, once you do.
So here's my little owl. And so far it's just a sketch of him. Right.
Oh, Hannah says, draw your fear. I can do that.
Oh,
I can draw my fear. I had to face my fear today.
Oh, yeah?
There was a dead one on a carrot. Well, I didn't know he was dead. He was huge.
Oh, my gosh. I'm guessing snake or spider. Spider. Oh, but spoods are good. Spoods are good.
They have exoskeletons, and have you seen how they move?
Okay. Now, I don't know if I want to paint like a background on this first or just like make up something later. I'm going to make up something later. Okay,
Story
so
of my life.
for paint, you need black and white to make shadows and highlights if you want. So I've got my paint right here. And doing things on paper first, even if you're not going to mat it and put it in a frame later, this is nice for sketching out what you want to do and to see if it's going to work, if you can even draw it, whatever. So see above here, I have enough space up here. I might like put like a little like knowledge is power or believe or give a hoot or whatever.
Wit before measure is man's greatest treasure.
Mm-hmm. But shouldn't it be like, what is it, a raven? Is their bird an owl?
No.
I'm not a ravenclaw. I don't know.
Their bird is an eagle.
An eagle? Why are they called ravenclaw if their bird's an eagle?
Well, in the movie, their bird is a raven, and that's...
Well, all right. This is me being Gryffindor judgy of everyone else. The way everyone else is doing it is wrong. So sometimes for palettes, for mixing paints, I use like plastic Tupperware lids or plastic like Cool Whip container lids or whatever.
Or pieces of poster board.
Right, whatever, to mix things up on. But I found these little 6-pan palettes at the dollar store today. I went dollar store trawling. Found some good stuff. So draw your fear. Favorite color is teal. Oh, me too. Oh, black t-shirt? Okay, and she's right-handed. There we go. We got all our info. Guys ever tried a chocolate-covered cricket? What? You did they like bring it out in science class and like only the brave people could try it? That's so awesome. I would not do that now, I don't think. But when I was your age, I totally would. I was that girl in class who, when something gross or ridiculous or crazy happened, I would be like, I'll do it. So I've got my little paint palette, and then why don't I just recreate his colors? Purple and black and green. I don't have that color green. You know what? I'm not feeling the owl, but I'm still going to do it.
I feel like you could mix a little bit of that green with some yellow, and that would pull that out.
Yeah, I was thinking just like, maybe a little yellow and a little bit of white to lighten it up some. But this purple looks pretty. I realize I'm not even in the frame.
And you're yelling at me for that.
You shush. What are you painting? What are you drawing over there?
I'm drawing a spider.
Oh, yeah? Are you going to paint it?
Sure.
After I do the little owl, I am going to...
the other.
This one here?
Yes.
Oh, there's a bunch over there.
Oh, just kidding. There are, yes. Wow.
Right, there's like a pack of 6 of them or something. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that off. These are fancy paints I found at Target, and these are like $2.50 or something each. Yeah. And then these, which are like twice the amount, I found at the dollar store, of course. Of course. You should add your favorite colors to the spider. There you go. And these are like all...
Unbox Warehouse.
Oh, Unbox Warehouse is here. Hey, we are painting tonight. I drew a little owl over there, and I'm going to paint it. And I'm not even that good a painter, okay?
My color theory professor would have had a meltdown had she heard you say use black for shadows.
Oh, that's always what I do because it's easy. Unless I'm doing something, there's a lot of times I'll use brown for shadows.
Well, it depends on the color you're using. You're supposed to use the opposite color on the color wheel.
See, I did not go to school for painting. It's not my thing. But
I mean, I use black too.
Yeah. But it like makes a nice little, I like the value it creates. Or is that the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. If it's not, don't judge it. Put it in the comments. Put your business in the comments. Right. I am mixing paint colors. You need, so in my mind, you need black and white.
In
And
my
you need-
mind.
in my mind, the person who didn't go to art school for painting thinks that you need.
Oh, sugar.
So Adriana just did that.
You need some tea?
Not right now.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Because I've got some.
I've got way
case you-
too much of the.
I'm just
I
gonna.
dripped paint. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Shh, don't. Okay, I've got brushes over here. We got to pick one.
I want this brush.
Okay.
Do we have water too?
Yes, you have a cup of water over
Okay.
there, and I have something over here. I have a cup of water too. Okay. And I'm gonna use.
Maybe the spider's gonna be teal.
Maybe. I'm gonna use my pencil to mix this. I don't even care. I'm living my best life. Okay, this isn't working. Shut up. Shush.
There's a lot of white there.
I know, because a lot of green came out, and I needed a lot of white to make it lighter. You shush. The most important thing is not to judge the process. So our topic tonight is discussing insecurity. Do you get that?
Insecurity as we're sitting
There
here.
you go.
judging
Well,
each
no, I'm
other.
trying to bring us back
Yeah.
to the topic, because we're talking about like that feeling of not being good enough, and just not.
I consistently, so Rob consistently will like not yell at me, but chastise me for charging too little for my work.
Right.
Because he thinks that my work is worth more than I think it's worth.
Uh-huh.
So, I will put my work online. He's like, no, you should ask way more than that. That's ridiculous. And I just don't see it as being as good as he sees it. And I know, we're all our own worst critics when it comes to
Yes.
most things. But especially
Well, the
art,
thing, right, with art too, it's hard to tell. With some art, it's hard to tell how much it would be worth. They say, like, if you're doing things on Etsy, that it's like your materials plus time, and that gives you kind of a ballpark. But like sometimes I take days to knit something. So like a scarf would be $300 if I really did that. I can't. Nobody's going to pay that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I feel like a kindergartner right now, coloring in crayon. I do not feel like a serious person. By the way.
You didn't want these tags to not be teal, did you?
No, they're fine. You can do whatever you
They're
want.
going to be teal.
So Adriana has pretty much like free-handed a thing. Hannah suggested a spider, and she is doing that.
Well, she suggested your fear.
Oh, right, your
I
fear.
am deathly afraid of spiders.
I used to be, but I love spiders now. They're my best friends.
Today I was on a carriage, and I brought the carriage up, and I got to City Market, and I looked down. I moved my blanket, and there is a spider.
Oh
And
my
it's
god.
huge. It's like halfway in the floorboard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. And so I text the manager. I said, help.
You texted someone for help because
He was there. He was like, Daniel was in City Market.
Okay. I'm
And
sorry.
it was a group text.
Keep getting over it.
It was a group text.
Yes. A group text. So you texted a bunch of people that you had a spider problem.
Yeah, and I said, and I took a picture, and I said, help, he's going to eat me. And so they're like, well, what do you want me to do?
Please tell me they made fun of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're like, well, we're on a carriage, blah, blah, blah. And then Daniel was like, well, I don't know what you want me to do, because he's also afraid of spiders.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's like, well, come over here, and we'll scream about it together. So I drove over there quietly.
Quietly drove.
And got over there, and he said, well, stomp on it. I said, I can't, because it's going to jump on me. And
don't stomp on it.
So
it's a good food.
It was already dead.
No. Oh, it was? Oh.
Yeah, it was already dead.
Oh. All that, and it was already
It
dead?
was already dead.
Oh my God.
And it was, I mean,
You caused a citywide panic and it was already dead.
it was probably the size of half of one of these pallet. Like, it was big.
Okay.
It was a big guy, and it was aggressively dead.
Aggressively dead.
You don't know.
You are crazy. I cannot believe that. Are y'all, who's still watching the chat right now? Are y'all afraid of spiders? I used to be when I was younger, but I don't know. Somewhere along the way, something happened, and I'm like, nah, whatever.
See,
Okay.
like, I'm okay with house spiders.
Mhm.
Like, if they're, I used to have a house spider in my bathroom,
Mhm.
and it sat, I mean, it had a little web in the corner,
Right.
and it ate all the flies and all the bugs that came
Mhm.
in, and it was fine, because it stayed in its corner.
Mhm.
We had an understanding.
Right here, I'm showing off my paint water cup tonight. Is our Unicorn Centaur mug available on my Etsy store? There might be a link in the comments or in the description box. I think I put a template on the description box that'll put like all the relevant links in there. I'm trying to get fancy. I'm trying to figure out how to use all this YouTube stuff. Now I want to paint. I'm going to paint along with you guys. Yes. Now, Hannah, I just know you from YouTube. So unicorncentaur.com is my website, and there's a blog on there. So every Wednesday is the live stream, and the day before that, on Tuesday, there will always be a blog post that will tell you all of the materials and supplies that you need to join along with the live streams. So it'll tell you what we're doing and how to play along with us. And of course, you will be drinking an age-appropriate beverage, young lady.
Out of your fancy coffee mug.
Out of your new fancy coffee mug, yes. All right, so, oh wait, I gotta go to my reference. Here's my reference drawing, my reference thingy here. Okay, so I've got those things are green, and then around his little eyeballs are green. All I need is like a little tiny bit of green, and I made all this green paint. I'm a mess. You are hiding your work, by the way. I don't think it can be seen on camera. We can only see the back of your beautiful head. Actually, it does look really pretty. Look at that blue bubble.
Well, I can't see it because it's the back of my
Ha ha! Everyone else gets to see it, but you do. That was mean.
It was mean.
I'm so mean. Why am I mean?
Gryffindor.
Stop. I thought that was Slytherin.
No, Gryffindors are, you know.
We're not mean, we're clueless.
That's my ear as a Gryffindor.
We're in our own little world.
I think it's a really great idea. No.
Oh, my little guy's turning out cute. I'm loving him. Okay. Or her. I don't know. You know, I don't want to judge yet. I don't feel like we know enough. Do you think, wasn't there a gender reveal just recently that went horribly wrong? I feel like
Yeah, there was.
like some sort of jet thing,
It
propulsion.
it was
Something super expensive got wrecked.
It was like $8-something million. It was like a pipe. It turned out to be a pipe bomb. Grandma died.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all. I don't want to be making jokes if someone's grandma died. That's awful. See, I never would have thought to do the little things I'm not a painter. I'm not. I'm like flying blind.
You are painting. You are a painter.
I am painting, yeah.
Just like you said with me about the running.
You know what? You are right.
I know.
But I feel like you can call yourself an artist if you make art. Just like that's what we've talked about before, like in running groups and things like that. Like people will make fun of you and say you're not a runner if you don't hit a certain pace or if you're not a certain elite athlete. But if you run, guess what? You're a runner. If you make art, no matter what kind of art it is, no matter what quality art it is, no matter what your education or background or experience, guess what? You're an artist. So saith Michelle. I have to remind myself of that a lot, to be honest. I tend to be very insecure about it because I feel like my art is not like a real art, you know, because theater is a very collaborative art. And even when I do my videos for YouTube, a lot of times I have help either with the filming of it or with research or, you know, a lot of it I'm doing myself, but it is collaborative to some extent. These are going to be derpy eyes. This is going to be Derpsy the Owl.
Well, I'm glad that it has a name.
Hi, Derpsy. Oh, now I'm getting green all in the eyes. This is why nobody hires me to
jealous
paint
owl.
things. This is why no one wants me. But you know what? If I'm giving this as a gift to a loved one, you know what I like to do is I like to come back later after the paint is dry and go around it with a permanent marker and do like the outlines with permanent marker after it's done. Is that tacky? Am I horrible? Is that awful?
I won't tell you what my illustration professors say about that. But if you look at all my digital art, it's got outlines. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Well, I like sometimes like everything totally outlined like it's a freaking cartoon. No.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. There are lines that you can add for emphasis that I think are totally appropriate. Okay, now I need some black paint, y'all. It's like a real artist palette. I need more than that. I don't know. Okay. There you go. Okay, the owl is kind of my favorite colors. I mean, purple and green kind of are, and I wear black all the time. I do love teal.
I've got teal. You need some teal? I got some teal.
I know you've got plenty, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a cone head. He's like a unicorn owl.
Did you see the unicorn dog? The narwhal?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think like 5 people posted that in the group, which is fine. I don't mind multiple postings a lot of times, but yes, there. For those of you in the chat who don't know, in the Extra Equestrians group on Facebook, a couple of people have posted an article about a puppy that has grown a vestigial. I don't know how to say it. An extra non-useful tail, like right out of its forehead. And they were calling it like a unicorn dog. Unicorn dog.
They named him Narwhal.
Narwhal.
Super cute.
Right.
I feel like I need an inspirational quote at the bottom.
Yes. Hang in there.
I was about to. I think I have to now.
Hang in there. So I went, at the beginning of this live stream, I went off on how you need a background for it. And then I just started painting this on a white background because, I don't know. I was like, let's get into this. Let's do it. We were like, we're trying to tell people to just do it and paint. So let's just do it and paint. But as soon as I finish this owl, I'm going to hit that blue canvas. That teal canvas down here. I have an idea. I want to paint some daisies on it. Daisies to me are easy to paint. Like, they're just, the little center dot and then some little petals, and it doesn't even matter if they're good. So I'm going to do that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, look, I drew my little owl. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to do? Okay, I know what I want to do now. Okay, since I have a ton of this green color, I'm going to kind of go and make a little background for him. Just a little bit of a thing happening behind him. So it's not totally. And then I can cover that edge with black and a little bit. So I have this. And all I'm doing is like taking some paint and pulling out to the side. Yes, and art student snobs, go ahead and make fun of my techniques or whatever. But it's fine. Like I said, you're an artist if you do art, even if you don't have all the training, even if you use a Sharpie to make your lines.
Even if you're working at a carriage company 18 years later.
Right. Even if you're making your shadows with black paint.
Make my shadows with black paint.
We need to put that on a t-shirt. I make my shadows with black paint. Like a rebel t-shirt, right? So here, like I told y'all, I don't even know how to paint, and here's my life right now. I painted something. Okay, now I'm smearing paint, but don't pay attention to that part. Pay attention to the victory. That is me doing something outside my comfort zone. Okay. Now it's just making fun of me. Oh, now I have to, then I'm about to have to do it on the side where I'm stupid-handed. What does your illustration professor have to say about that?
There was no
Look! Look what I just did.
It's unicorn horn exploding.
Unicorn horn, yes. That's it.
My illustration professor, there was no curriculum on stupid-handed.
Stupid-handed.
Yeah.
The stupid-handed side is going to be stupider. Stupider.
I went pure 90s with this right here.
And again, if you're giving a gift to someone and you're giving them your artwork and they're like, oh, thanks, it's okay, then you don't need them in your life anymore. You know now they're not worth your time. They're going to complain about getting handmade art from someone.
Listen, my friends, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm too poor to give Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
For the most part.
That's why we're doing this too.
Yeah.
Like, all of us have horses. We don't have money to buy presents for people. So you can spend $10 at the dollar store on heavyweight paper and a frame and some paint, right?
And they've all got, like, full sets of wine glasses already. So I'm like, what do I got now?
Well, paint them some paintings. It's only going to it's not taking us too long. This looks terrible.
No, it doesn't. It looks like the owl.
Okay, it does look like the owl. I just had to cover up that little pointy thing on top.
Yeah. I mean, you
mistaken.
generally do have to.
Somebody text me.
Kelly Anders is so cute.
Yeah, see? Look! Why
is that backwards? Is it backwards on the thing? Or is that just us?
It's just us.
Okay.
That's us seeing it on the playback. So, here is mine.
And of course, I've got to erase the lines once it dries.
Yes, if you've done a pencil drawing beforehand, and then there are things underneath, don't worry about it too much. Oh, this was 2 pieces of paper. So this is my little reference. I painted the little owl just because I wasn't even sure what to paint. If you know someone, if this is a gift for someone, I'm assuming you know them, so like paint their favorite animal and use something as a reference. If I was going to give this to someone, I would go in afterwards with black either paint or, like I said, a big old Sharpie, and just like make some outlines so that it's not quite so rough where the paint colors meet. And then I would probably also put a saying, like, give a hoot, or I will always love you, or something.
Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah, give a hoot, don't pollute. Yeah. So there's one.
And here is my spider.
I like that.
So maybe I might give this to somebody who's having a rough time.
There you go, hang in there.
Or I just, might give it to somebody who likes spiders.
So again, if you're just joining us, I got these pages out of a sketchbook that has heavyweight paper in it, and you can use these for sketching out your ideas for what you want to paint and practicing first and seeing like, oh, that's not going to work, or oh, I need to keep these apart, and oh, that's going to do something different than I thought.
And also, if you are drawing, like if you want to paint and the more practice you get, the better. So like draw every day.
Yeah.
Even if it sucks.
Yeah.
Or even if you think it sucks. I'm sure it doesn't.
It probably doesn't suck. Okay. I am going to see if I can get this. So this was one of the cheap canvases I got at Walmart. There were like 3 of them for $2 or something like that. And I just painted some stuff on the back to be the background. And I don't think I'm going to sketch anything for this. I'm going to see if this works. We are going to see if this works.
I'm gonna.
These are just little thumbtacks. Okay, that might work. If it falls down, sorry. So what I'm going to do for this is actually I can use the same paints that I was using. Yay! I have more brushes over here, by the way. Did you bring some too? Or
Brought some paint pens.
okay. Oh, are you working on the?
I'm going
mug?
to. Yes.
Okay, we are switching projects now. What time is it? It's already 10:40. Oh my gosh! So it's 10:40, and now I'm going to work. I painted the background to this earlier, and so now I'm going to just paint some daisies because to me daisies are very easy to paint. People like daisies. If you don't like daisies, I don't want to be your friend. What do you need?
Oh no, nothing.
Okay.
I was just going to show off. This is. I'm glad that you like teal, Hannah, because the inside of your mug is kind of tealish, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put a little teeny bit of yellow in here. Yellow. I'm from the south.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's do a little bit of. I also have paper towels if we need to. Hand me one of those now that I'm thinking about it. Thank you, ma'am. I keep walking out of frame. I'm sorry. That's rude. I should be like sticking my face like this and doing that. So I've got my paint water over here. You know what? Why don't I bring my paint water here with my Unicorn Centaur mug? Whee. I was hoping Bonnie would join the chat tonight because I love her paintings. Bonnie Godby. I'm trying to remember her painting Instagram. I love her portraits. Her style is so interesting. And she's one of the ones who's very insecure about her art because she has not had any formal training. This is just something that she does and feels drawn to do. She draws very specific looking kinds of portraits.
I feel like that's some of the most interesting and some of my favorite art is people who just feel compelled to do something.
And they have a very specific style and
Yeah.
very specific subject matter. They're not just trying to paint whatever or copy someone else's style.
Yeah.
They're doing their own thing. I know, I do love it. Okay. So I want to put when you're doing a painting, this is again instructions for beginners. So like, real painters, y'all. Remember to balance it out. You don't want to put like one thing in the middle or put like one big flower right here and nothing else. So I made
composition.
Yes, the composition of the piece. You want it to be balanced out a little bit. So I'm going to put one down here, one up here, and one over here. A little bit down. Okay, so these are going to be the centers of my daisies.
The centaurs.
The centaurs of my daisies, y'all. I'm not being real literal with this painting. It's going to be just a very, I don't even know what you would call my style. My style is very, My style is very bless your heart. It's very, she did what she could. Okay.
I feel like that way about my life.
Sometimes I do too. You know what though? I was talking to my therapist today about that and like the negative self-talk and having to turn it around into a positive. And she was talking about like evidence, like when you get caught in those negative self-talk loops about how I'm not good. I haven't gone to school for this. I haven't trained for this at all. This is ridiculous. I don't know what I'm doing. There are more talented people doing this too. So you take those insecurities, everyone's going to hate it. So if you're thinking that people are going to hate your art, is there any, so the first thing you ask is like, is there any evidence for this? Is there evidence that people are going to hate your art or that the gift recipient is going to look at it and literally hate it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there evidence for that? Probably not. Is there evidence to the contrary? If you're making a gift for someone that you love, who hopefully loves you back, then you're probably doing pretty good. The evidence to the contrary would suggest that you're fine. So it's just all about like stopping and taking stock and reminding yourself that what you're thinking is irrational. So there we go. There's my daisies. My painting is done. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm just kidding. I might need a little more white than this, though.
Got some white here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, I will use that then. D. I love all these colors. They're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to use a brush that looks kind of like this to make my petals. I'm going to use my white in this first. So I am just sort of drawing them down. Yee, look at it! It's looking like a thing. Okay, don't get excited. Now I got into my little yellow part here. Everyone calm down.
I am not calm at all.
Why? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you
You told me to
messing
calm down.
up?
It's being,
That's usually the best way to get somebody to not calm down is to tell them to calm down. Hey, calm down.
Okay, I was calm, but now I've got to be dramatic about it first.
Right.
Story of my life.
Okay, I've got daisies happening over here, y'all.
Yeah, daisies.
Yay. I'm going to have to add something in here for like a contrast with it. Otherwise, it's just going to look like white fanned out, whatever. Okay, I'm about to need some more white. How are we doing?
Like we as the...
I don't know. I haven't even checked in the chat. I'm like so into painting right now that I'm just lost. So if you're in the chat and you've got a question or something, did that get put down? Hang on. Got put down on top of paint. So I don't want to put it down on something and then be like, there's paint on my thing. Because that's always the thing. You know what? Having said that, look where I put that painting over there.
Oh, no.
I put that owl painting right on top of the little things. Oh, shit. Oh. Here we go. I dropped it. Yes. So these little lids that come off of the paint, and then it went down again. Gosh darn it. I quit. I'm done.
No.
This is dumb. I can't paint. See, okay, the cool thing about painting is if you invite a friend over to paint, then you can have fun. And, you know, that's what we're going to say. I'm opening this bottle of wine. I can't. I have to.
I'm not judging you for that.
What?
Look at me like I'm going to judge you for opening another bottle of wine.
When I draw a unicorn, it takes me like an hour and I have to like erase things and go back and do some other stuff. And you're just like, just like doing it.
I don't know about the tail. See, the problem here is Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
I definitely am. Okay. Would you like some more wine?
I am good, thank you.
Okay.
It's
I'm
silver. I hope this is silver because I want it to be silver. Sorry, I'm not in the frame.
You were also shaking we've got this set up on a table with like everything laid out in front of us. So every time Adriana goes into her supply of stuff, we're having an earthquake, is what it looks like. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, where?
Now, this week, so we're doing painting this week. And if you do a painting, I would love for you to tag me on Instagram or post it in the Extra Equestrians Facebook group so I can see what you're working on. I love fangirling over everybody else's art because I just love it when people are creative. Okay. So there, I made myself another glass of wine and then I didn't have a sip. I'm feeling a little bit judgy. Okay, my least favorite part of the daisy is the last petal because it's always like it doesn't quite have enough, you know, It doesn't quite look.
Sometimes we'll get into like,
Yeah.
it'll be like off and then.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you can obviously tell which one the last petal was. Like, oh.
That was the end. Okay.
So, and since I am not an expert painter, I am sort of making sure that my daisies don't overlap, because then there will be techniques involved that I don't know anything about. There'll be like things I wish I painted beforehand. This brush actually makes something that looks like a literal daisy petal.
Yeah, those are good daisies. Well, I mean, the 1.5. They're not done.
Right.
You know? I mean, they could be. Like, maybe you pluck them all. Like, they love me now.
Right. This will be, then, well, it could be one plucked. There's an interesting, see, you think like an artist. I think like someone who's just trying to get an image created without dying.
Where is my sparkly blue? Is this my sparkly blue?
So then I keep looking at it. Okay, that is taking, look at that. Things are happening.
Look at what?
My painting.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of excited about it now. And then I got yellow in it again. Gosh darn it. My God. Why am I like this? I dropped a cuss word in the live stream. I'm getting paint where it's not supposed to go. I'm a mess tonight, y'all.
I'm always a mess.
Okay. 2 daisies done. All right. I'm kind of proud of myself now. This is happening. Oh my God, this is happening. I love that. That is so cute.
The tail's a little much, but
Hannah's a little much, so it's okay.
okay.
She's one of us, remember? And tomorrow's her horse's birthday, so
Oh, yay.
definitely extra.
Now the question is, do we want to show Hannah on here, or do we want
Do you want it to be a surprise? Hannah, are you still in the live stream? If you are, if she's not in the live stream, we can go ahead and show it. But
Yeah.
if she's still here and you want it to be a surprise, then it can be a surprise.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to show it.
Do you want some spoilers? Okay, I've got my daisies. And now what I want to do is, got to get my paints done.
Well, she wants a spoiler.
Oh, does she? Good.
All right, good.
I know, I do too. Scott is one, my husband does not like spoilers of any kind. If you tell him something he didn't want to know, he gets so upset. But I love knowing things ahead of time. I'm like, yes, tell me. Like, I'm still going to love it when it gets here. I'm going to be surprised. I'm just going to be surprised now instead of like when it comes.
The only spoilers that I did not want were book 6 Harry Potter spoilers.
Oh. Cute. Okay.
And I got them anyway.
This green, but I suspect this green isn't going to show up that well, so I'm going to add a tiny little extra drop of green.
Was this a tiny little or a Gryffindor tiny?
It might be a Gryffindor tiny little. Well, yeah, when you add a darker color, a lot of times it can turn out a lot, I find.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It turns out a lot darker than you think it's going to. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to add a little. So what I'm going to try to do now is, see, I've got this brush that is like thin. So I'm going to use that to drag some stems here. There we go. Doesn't quite show up from a distance. There we go. And then I'm just going to sort of make little leaves like this. That looks better than I thought it was going to. Oh my God, y'all. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. I want a little bit darker streaks in there though. I'm so proud of myself. This is going to my mom for Christmas. Mom, if you're watching, this is what you're getting for Christmas. Okay, I definitely need more green than that.
Ooh, no.
I'm like, oh, hey, Joanna. We are painting. Let's see what we painted earlier. I had this little I had this little owl eraser, and I didn't know what to paint, so oh my God, there is a paint thing stuck to the back of this. Look, y'all, this is how messy I am. So then I painted it. And the whole time we have been discussing insecurities and how we can just feel like our art isn't worth giving to people as gifts, or that we aren't as good as, we aren't good at it. And these are just not healthy ways to think as an artist. If you're an artist, you should know that, not all art is for everyone anyway. Like, nobody
Art is
likes all
subjective.
art. Yes. Everybody likes different things. I'm just trying to darken this up a little bit.
Like my friend Katie Hobbs loves my art. And I just, whenever I do something, she is so supportive. And it's, it surprises me because, I'm insecure about my art.
Right. See, that's the thing too. That's what insecurity can do to you, is that when somebody praises your work, you're like, are you making fun of me?
J Boney Designs? Who's that?
That's Joanna.
Okay.
Zookeeper.
Okay.
It's like dry skin on my lip now. But yeah, it's so easy, especially if you've been made fun of before, if you've been bullied before when you were younger, when someone tells you that what you've done is good, you're like, what's the catch?
Yeah.
Are you making fun of me? That was my thing. Yeah. And that happens in more ways than just art. But.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Let me see. Do I need to sign?
Okay.
it?
Should I share this? You think?
I think so. It looks shareable. Okay. Are we ready? Hannah, over here.
So you got the unicorn in teal.
I like it. So you're going to get a unicorn mug in your box, and I'm going to mail that. What's tomorrow? Thursday? I'm mailing that tomorrow in the post office, because now we've got everything for the box. Yay! And I know you want a black t-shirt, so I will order you a black one, and there you go. So we are at the point with this piece of art right here where I would let it dry completely before I added anything else. Like, I might still add a few black streaks here and there to give it a little bit of contrast or something. But here is my painting of daisies. I'm totally not a painter.
You are a painter. You just painted it.
There you go. See. Well, I'm not a classically trained painter. That's not my degree is theater. But there you go. Now, for displaying these, we can't put these in the frame. Actually, these might fit in some frames.
Yeah, they might.
So because these are really thin, these might fit in some frames. But if you can't find a frame to put it in, I was trying to find those little holders for commemorative plates or whatever. They're like two-sided things that have little hooks on the bottom, so you just sort of sit that in there. It's like a little easel. Or they have mini artist easels that you can get too.
Table easels.
Right. So if you get a little table easel or whatever. I like the way that turned out. Yeah. So once this dries, I may leave it just like that. And then I would sign my name down here, because everybody wants you to sign their artwork. And I'm pretty sure this is what my mom was getting for Christmas.
Also, Hannah, this is going to be sealed.
She
but
says that's pretty.
Hey. It is not dishwasher safe, and no hard scrubbing. So just,
Yes, be gentle when you're washing it. Yes. And whoever's washing dishes in your household, just give it a little rinse out. That's why I've had my glasses now for quite a while that Adriana has done for me. And I'm always I'm a dish scrubber, okay? But on these, I'm like, just be gentle. I love you. So we've got our hang in there spider. And again, if you're doing this on paper, if you don't want to do things on canvases, that's fine. That's okay. Oh, wait, I didn't even talk about painting over canvases. Artists do that all the time. If you hate it, paint over it. Mm-hmm. Paint the whole thing black. and then do something else on top of that. Like
This
it's
is
okay.
why I don't often use watercolors because I paint over a lot.
Oh yeah. See, I'm one of those people who like throw it away. I'm like, oh, we're done here. Okay, then we're done here. Oh my gosh. Well, it is 11 o'clock. So, Hannah, I hope you had a good time with us today. And I know Kelly showed up here, and Joanna and Unbox Warehouse came by too. Watercolors are the worst. You know, there's certain techniques that you do with watercolors that I really love, but to do an entire painting out of watercolors is it's not really my medium.
It's difficult, and it takes
Yeah.
a lot of getting used to. I have been working digitally a lot, and I can like work with a watercolor brush in the digital sense, but
Interesting, but then like a real life thing would give you a pause.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hold up my. There's like purple paint on the back of this. So here we go. We're showing up with the end of our live stream. Yay! Here's our work we did. Yay!
Shoot, I guess I should.
And you can absolutely do this. Even if you think you can't paint, you can paint something that is good enough to give as a gift to people that you love. And if they don't appreciate it, you tell them to talk to me. You give me their address. I just want to talk, I promise. Sorry, I got excited. So I guess we are done for the night. And I don't think anything in my house, like my house was already trashed in some ways here. So it doesn't look like it's any worse. I think we did it.
We did it.
So, for everybody in the live stream tonight, and if people are watching this in the playback, thank you so much. I'm sorry we missed you in the live chat, but we do live streams every Wednesday night. Adriana's not here with me every night, but a lot of nights she is, so there you go. So come back and see us. Next Wednesday night, we're going to be making sugar scrubs and bath salts.
Ooh, that's fun.
If you want to come back for that, you can. But yeah, so I know that's not really equestrian, but like those sugar scrubs are so nice for when you have barn hands, and you can really just like scrub everything all over your hands. So if you want to learn how to make, they're so easy and so cheap. So sugar scrubs and bath salts is what we're making for people next week. So look for the blog next Tuesday for what you're going to need. And then next Wednesday night, we're going to do it. So pet project position, one washing dishes. Oh, okay. Hannah's the one who's washing dishes.
Okay, awesome.
I think you guys should check out my friend Aloria Arts. Okay. Aloria Arts. I will do that. Thank you, Joanna. I love checking out other people's art. Okay. So that's it for us. So we're going to say goodnight. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you guys.